Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today I wanted to share a lesson on what I'm learning. I've just been learning myself last night and this morning is what is God, what is the universe trying to teach you? And what weaknesses is God and the universe trying to strengthen? And to use my most recent example, I got this place last night in Provo, Utah, where I'm at right now. I just really love this area. It's beautiful. It's got a great feel to it. And it's in the mountains. And I'd been driving all day and I was exhausted. I didn't sleep much the night before. I got up at literally like 5:45 or something, maybe even earlier, and just started driving for all the way from Bozeman, Montana, where you saw my last video. And so I got here, and I'm on this budget and I'm trying to keep the accommodations affordable, but I was just so tired last night, yesterday when I got here around 5. I just needed a nice place. I wanted a place by myself. All the hotels were booked for some reason, so I got on Airbnb and I found this beautiful apartment. It said entire apartment to yourself. Awesome. A little more expensive, a lot more expensive than I was intending, but you know what? I needed something nice. I needed just to really take care of myself. So when I checked in, it was part of a house, and that was a little confusing to me. I felt like the ad was a little bit misleading about that, but nonetheless, no big deal. Not something to worry about too much. So I got in and everything kind of seemed fine. It was a brand new apartment connected to this house, and it should be a great place to stay. So that night, as I am getting in to go to sleep, I am hearing the piano playing and singing lessons going on upstairs, I think with the Airbnb owner's kids, I'm assuming. And it was early. It was 9, and I usually don't go to bed that early, but I'd been up since 5 o'clock, driving all day. I was exhausted, and I was just thinking, okay. Kids are singing, the piano's playing, I can either get really upset about this and say, oh, I wanted a place all to myself. This is the reason I got an entire apartment to myself so that I wouldn't have to deal with this. Or I could just appreciate, wow, it's really beautiful that these kids are taking music lessons and that they're playing the piano, and I can really just absorb the beauty of this moment of these children singing their hearts out and playing as best as they can. So in that moment I just laid there, closed my eyes, and I just soaked in, the beauty of the performance that was going on above me. And as I was just closing my eyes, I just let the tones be more soothing than a distraction where I could have made it into something that I didn't appreciate, or I could have made it into something even worse. I could have made it into something negative. So I just lay there, and and about literally 15 to 20 minutes later, the music was over and everything was quiet again, and I was like, oh, okay, that was nice. And then I drifted off to sleep. Well, I don't know, they have a big family above me, and it's a really huge place, and there's just lots of movement all night. There was dogs running around, and I was just up a lot throughout the night and not getting that amazing sleep I was really desiring. And I think I woke up at 6 a.m. at one point to literally dogs flying back and forth, kids screaming, not screaming, just being really loud. I think they were just getting ready to go to school, the back and forth that kids and parents have. And I'm just sitting there well, I wonder what the universe is trying to teach me here. Why is it that I came here? Why is it that this was really the only place available for me to have my own place for the night. And I just kind of asked that to God. I said, and woke up at 6, not even feeling any more rested than I had when I went to bed. And I was just like really bummed because I didn't want to spend this whole day, a whole nother day driving tired. And it just would have been kind of a damper for my road trip, and something I've been looking forward to so much. So at about 6 a.m., I could feel this anxiety in me about like, just leave, just get on the road, just leave. But I was like, no, I don't have to do that. That's something I always would have done. If the second a situation started making me uncomfortable, I would have just got up and left. And I was just like, the kids are probably gone now to school. The dog's probably going to settle down. So I just prayed and I asked, God, can you please come into me and help my body, help this body and this mind to just relax. Help me to get some deep, restful sleep before I go on my road trip. Help me to leave this place feeling rejuvenated so that I can come shoot a video and serve you. And after that, I felt like there was a little shift within my body, and my body just kind of relaxed, the anxiety about not getting enough sleep, the anxiety about, I'm going to have to hit the road tired again, all that kind of just let go. And I was able to go into this very, very restorative sleep for like 3 hours. And then I got a text from the owner saying, hey, we have this plumber here, he wants to change the shower head in the apartment, do you mind if we come in and change it? And I'm just like, all right, now I'll go. But even that, it was like, I didn't get upset. I didn't react in any way because it was 9 o'clock. I would have liked to have taken my time and taken a shower, which became unavailable, and to just kind of mosey on out of there, considering how much I had paid and everything like that. But again, at 9, I was like, okay, what is God, what is the universe trying to teach me, and what weaknesses is the universe and God trying to strengthen, and why is this happening, just so instead of reacting and being like, why is this happening to me, just looking at something, even a small thing, just like, why is this happening for me? What am I learning through this? And I got up, put some clothes on, drank some water, got out of there, and I came straight here. And I feel like, wow, if I would have waited an hour longer, would this setting have been as serene? Would the sun have been shining as perfectly? Would the trail have been as unpopulated? It's a very popular trail. And everything felt just in harmony since leaving. I was like, oh, maybe this was all happening for me. Maybe this was actually happening to serve me more than I could ever realize. And this is just a little example, but if we take these little examples and we apply them to our lives and we look at the bigger picture of things that we look at like as setbacks or things that happen to us that we feel like isn't fair or shouldn't have happened to us, or maybe things aren't happening that we feel like should be happening. If we can just view those things with the mindset of, what is God and the universe trying to teach me? And what weaknesses is God and the universe trying to strengthen in me? Then we start realizing that things in our life couldn't have happened any other way. They just couldn't have. And that's from a Matt Kahn video, and I love it. It's just like, things could not be happening to you. Things could not have happened in your life any other way. And the reason we know this is because they happened the way they did. And I feel like that with just this recent example with my Airbnb trip. Why did things have to happen to where I got a very expensive Airbnb, was misled about what it really was, had distractions, and what you would say kind of the worst case scenario thing happened when I was just looking for a quiet and peaceful place to sleep? Why did that happen? Because they couldn't have happened any other way. Because everything that's happening to you is happening for you to reach your highest potential. And the reason we know that, and the reason I know that, is because they happened the way they did. That's how they happened. So that's how they had to happen for me to strengthen my weaknesses, and for this, part of my road trip to help me reach my highest potential. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys on day 2 of my road trip. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Namaste.